Here in the Bay Area, there are thousands of immigrants who are here legally but could face deportation if the Trump administration fails to help them. We're talking about Afghan refugees who are in the U.S. as humanitarian parolees, including a large number who are in Fremont. ABC 7 News reporter Ansar Hassan has more.
Parts of Fremont are often referred to as Little Kabul for a reason. It's home to one of the largest Afghan communities in the U.S., a large number of whom are currently in the United States as humanitarian parolees.
I have family members among the humanitarian parolees, and I'll say that they are terrified right now.
Haris Mujaddidi is an Afghan community advocate. He says lost in the discussion of DACA, Dreamers, and the U.S.-Mexico border are the millions of Afghans who risked their lives to help the U.S. military for more than 20 years. Because of the Americans' hasty withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021, the U.S. resettled more than 100,000 Afghans as humanitarian parolees. It was the main mechanism to grant them temporary legal status with the promise of citizenship.
We would have thousands of folks in the Bay Area that have arrived here under humanitarian parole.
Mujaddidi says Congress failed to pass meaningful legislation to create a legal pathway to citizenship. The concern now that under the second Trump administration, there will be even less political will to do so, and that may force many back to Afghanistan.
These are folks that supported our U.S. mission. They supported our armed service members throughout the 20 years that the U.S. was in Afghanistan, and we've made a promise. And to send these people back to Afghanistan isn't just cruel, it's a death sentence.
The fear in the community is so high that stores that were once open to the media won't even allow us inside, saying they don't want to expose members of the community or make anyone a target. Mujaddidi says many Afghans end up in the East Bay because Afghan Americans have built up institutions and support services to help new arrivals. But he adds, in addition to the anti-immigrant rhetoric across the U.S., Afghans are also targets because many are Muslim.
For these parolees, there's, an inherent bias, whether it's because of their faith or their culture, the sort of fear that there is sort of inherently, whether it's Islamophobia, whether it's anti-immigrant rhetoric.
Mujaddidi ends by saying even if Congress doesn't act, Afghan Americans will continue to do the work of resettlement. In Fremont, Ansar Hassan, ABC 7 News.